I mean, we probably have.
Mr. Bryan? Here. Ms. Sweet?
Here.
Ms. Buck?
Here.
Ms. Rooks?
Here.
Also with us is Rhonda Barrett, Clerk Treasurer, John Myers, Town Manager, and Dustin Huddleston, Town Attorney. The minutes of council meeting April 14th, 2025, and the executive meeting April 17th, 2025.
There are no corrections or amendments or discussion. I'll make a motion to approve both sets of minutes as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, claims, Ms. Barrett, please.
In your package, you received two claim dockets, one for the end of month, February 2825, in the amount of $156,510.06, and one for tonight, April 2825, in the amount of $868,714.05. All claims have been reviewed and signed.
Any questions about the claims?
There are no questions about the claims. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as submitted. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The American Legion Memorial Day proclamation, we've done this quite a while. Last year, Ms. Rooks did it. This is going to be Monday, May 26th, 2025. This year, I think, Sherry, you're going to participate in that. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. I don't think that, does that require a motion? I think so.
We just need to, well, it is, you're going to sign your past proclamation.
Okay, so then we'll vote to approve the proclamation. Then. I'm sorry, I just want that.
Motion to approve the American Legion Memorial Day proclamation set for Monday, May 26, 2025.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ordinance 2025-4, amending ordinance 2024-19, ordinance 2024-28, and ordinance 2024-2, abolishing the office of town marshal, amending the town code on the police department. Mr. Huddleston, this is the first reading.
Thank you, Mr. President. So if you remember, we've pushed this deadline back a few times. Right now, the deadline is May 1st, where the town marshal position is abolished. And since we don't have the police commissioner board appointments done yet, I created this ordinance to move that deadline to August 1st, to give you a little bit more time to consider. So I'd suggest, since May 1st is this week, is to waive the first reading and then pass it.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that was a waive the first reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-4 as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
77 Fund Board of Metropolitan Police Commissioners appointments, Mr. Huddleston.
Thank you. This relates to what I just passed in order to set up the new structure of the police department. We have to appoint 3 members of the police commissioner. So I've sent you those requirements, and you can appoint one or several of them today, but you can appoint the rest of the next meeting if you want to talk about it. I sent you an email just reminding you, so that's why I was put on the agenda.
questions on that, council? Okay, the Town of Edinburgh certificate concerning election districts. Mr. Elliston.
Thank you, Mr. President. So the town manager sent me a note, it was from the Johnson County Clerk Treasurer, stating that per Indiana law, each municipality had to pass and go through a redistricting process. And that's required periodically through the Indiana statute. It was a notice sent to us, and if you don't do it by a certain time, there's penalties. We have abolished in the town of Edinburgh a number of years ago districts. All of the members are at large. So I developed a certification that reflects that you would approve tonight and then authorize Ryan and Rhonda to sign, and then I would present that to the clerk treasurer as a response, just to confirm what our position is. So in short, we're exempt from those requirements because years ago the town abolished districts.
Anybody have any questions? Motion to approve the Town of Edinburgh certification concerning the election districts as presented.
Second. All in favor?
Motion to approve, to have Council President Piercefield and Clerk Treasurer Mrs. Barrett to sign off on previous said certification.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wrestler invoice 46787 for water treatment plant, Rhonda.
Okay, that, we received an invoice today from Westford, so sorry it wasn't in your package Friday. The water treatment plant in the amount of $1,867.50. Bill has reviewed and approved the invoice. The invoice requires approval from the council for payment and approval for Ryan's signature.
I make a motion to approve Westlaw invoice 46787 for $1,867.50.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion that Ryan Piercefield be signed with this invoice 46787.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, annual CF1 review and, annual CF1 review for Ditech and LB Mold. Julie.
Thank you, sir. Tonight I have the tax abatement compliance forms. Ditech has two abatements. The first one is their personal property abatement. This is year 9 of 10 on the abatement that was approved via resolution 2016-05. And I'm recommending that that be approved tonight.
Any questions for Julie, council?
I have none.
No. Make a motion to approve the annual CF-1 review for Ditech and as presented by Julie.
This is for LB Mall.
Yeah, LB Mold.
I'm sorry, Ditech.
Or Ditech. Were you just doing Ditech first and then?
I did Ditech.
Yeah,
first.
for
That's what I
Ditech.
thought.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then, yeah, I have a second one for Ditech, which is resolution 2023-09. This is your 2 of 10 on that one. I would also recommend approval of that one.
Motion to approve the LB Mold Inc. tax abatement 2025 payable 2026 as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I expect that at the next meeting, we should have 2 more companies file these. They're due by May 15th.
Thank you. All right, Bob, floor is yours. The belt press refurbishment quote.
After Dustin had reviewed the documents from the last meeting, it was required that I add additional quotes for this project. So I did that, and they're in the packets, an additional belt press quote and some additional quotes for the polymer and the other items. Those are all submitted to you now. Nothing has changed as far as what needs to be approved. The numbers are the same as they was last week. I still need everything was everything was higher. All the other quotes were higher. The only other quote I was able to get for the belt press was for a complete replacement, and Dustin assured me that was okay, and I did get that, and that's $600,000 to get that replaced, not counting installation and structural modifications to the building so that could happen. So I still think the best choice is the choices I presented the first time, and the number is $393,636.44. So that's what I'm looking for approval for to get this project underway and move forward with this. Happy to answer any questions if I can.
How long do you think this refurbishment will take us out to, sir?
Well, it should last as long as the original 25 years. They suggest that the life expectancy is 15 years, but with good preventative maintenance, we should get 20 plus years out of this new machine.
One question. Does this mean when they bring it that you are going to be the ones that install it?
No,
They
this
install it?
will be done by the manufacturer of this piece of equipment. They will be doing the installation.
Did we already ask you about the warranties on this, on the refurbished?
I don't know if you asked me about the warranties or not, but I don't know what that is right off the top of my head. But it does come with warranties.
I think it covers 10 years.
10 years, 10 years?
Yeah, that sounds right, 10-year warranty.
That's all I have. So how do we do this? Because, do we just go with this main quote here with this? Yeah, that's the one he's choosing, correct?
Yes.
Justin, do we include each separate item or just that total to Andrew?
That total, if it's the same.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? And Rhonda, we had discussed the go bond money for
Yes,
this,
but
but
that's the last one, that's what Ryan had made a motion to use the deal bond money. So do you need to do that again? Is this just all a reapproval of what was approved at the
Might as
last
well
meeting?
make it clean.
So I think that was the best suited route to go, and be the cleanest. So it's there for it. So, I mean, I guess we just make a motion. We could actually just do it in kind of two folds. We use that, name that amount, and then award them, and then quantify it by using the funding for
Geo.
Geo.
I'll make a motion to approve the belt press refurbishment quote from the Andrix Corporation for $393,636.44 to be financed through with the Geo bond funding.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Other business. Mr. Ryan?
No, I don't have anything.
Ms. Sweet?
That's no biggie.
Ms. Buck?
I don't have anything.
Ms. Brooks?
Not tonight.
Dustin? Rhonda?
Yeah, I just had a couple of things. Last June, if you guys remember, Bob brought to us information for some training grants for new hires through workforce development. And last July, Bob and Clark worked with me and we applied for CDL training grant and a wastewater operator training grant. And in March 25, we received $7,500 for CDL training to reimburse for 3 employees who received CDL. And today we submitted an invoice for $4,000 to help offset the cost of training 2 new hires at the wastewater plant. So I thank you, Bob, for bringing that in. And it is, if they do these again this year, we'll look at it again to see if there's more because it's just an employment training grant to try to get people into the workforce. It's by the state. So I thought you guys would be glad to know that we
We
got
are,
reimbursed on some of
yes.
that. And then Wednesday, John and I did the AIM webinar on the SB1, and very confusing. There's lots of changes.
Clear as mud.
Yeah, still can't wrap my mind around everything. So as soon as we get some concrete figures, I'll let you know. But rough estimates, looks like maybe a loss of over 200,000 in revenue next year for 26. So, but that's rough estimates. So just give you a heads up. It's a mess.
John, everything?
Yeah, just to piggyback on the webinar, even some of the financial experts, they're having trouble figuring out the SB one. They're predicting there's gonna be a lot more changes to it to correct some of the issues. The other thing is, on behalf of the employees, the employee appreciation luncheon last week, we greatly appreciate it. It was very nice for the town to provide lunch for the employees and everything. Just want to say thank you to each and every one of you.
Very welcome.
Yes, sir.
Chief Little?
Two things. First of all, we talked a little bit, we voted on the 77. I think we probably got 5 or 6 of my expected 11 officers set for those physicals, so we're moving forward with that. Kind of held, we're trying to get it all done as quick as possible. We only have a 6-month period for those to go through, otherwise it's 6 months in one day. That first employees is no good, so that's kind of where the whole of this been is to make sure that they get their like 40 or 50-page packet fixed and all done, which means you come back with any entries you've had over the last 30 years of your life center properly created. So we're moving forward. That's a good positive thing. So I just want to get that. Also, so Carthage Police Department was a department that, if you recall, we got botched from on K9 because they actually closed their police department and disbanded their police department. They had hired a new chief, who I know from the police department, who reached out, he's actually reached out to a lot of different agencies, asking if any agencies can help them as they try to recreate their police department. One of the things that they were asking for was anybody that has any cars. We have 2 cars that are on the next agenda. I'm hoping to get in here with all the information to make those cars surplus. Carthage Police Department, less than 1,000 people or something like that, like 400 people. So it's only a part-time police department, so we're going to have a part-time chief, and everybody else is reserved. So my question is, would the council consider either selling those cars to that department if they have the funds, or donate to the department, so the Hampton Fire Police, or Fire Department, or we can try to help out another agency that's. So the cars that I'm talking about, this is just something to discuss, is a 2017 Charger that we have that we're going to be making surplus, got 126,000 miles on it. And then a 2018 Charger that's got 103,000 miles that we're submit to make surplus. Would that be something the council would be interested in? And if so, I'm assuming that we do suggested things. I can get that information.
You said they gave us the dog.
They did. So when they disbanded, that dog went back to Guardian K9 because they needed to repurpose it for somewhere else. Batu's been with us for a year and a half now. He's done amazing things. It's kind of the blessing of, not only Carthage Police Department, but, we 501c with Guardian K9 that actually trained those dogs and gave those dogs that enabled us to do it. I kind of think it's kind of helped giving them back an opportunity. So Matt Fox is going to be, was just named their part-time police chief. It's weird to say part-time police chief in the same term, but Matt was with City of Fort Worth for almost 20 years. Actually with Sean almost 6 times he came back, and he's still sticking with it. So Matt's a great guy. I mean, he's excited just the fact that we're trying to talk to him and tell you, we need SOPs. We'll help you create your department back to do whatever we can to make that town strong. my opinion, just my opinion, we can donate a car to them. They get us development, so. It is what it is. It's just something that I wanted to put out there, if the council so chooses to do that. My intention is to, get this on a surplus list, and it's how we've done it in the past, get it to council, so you guys can surplus it. And then essentially now or then.
I feel like other communities have reached out and helped us. City of Franklin helped us with the vehicle and fire truck and all that. And it's just- Nice of you to work with other communities.
Tomorrow, we're supposed to have time with it. And there is no town line. If the city of Edinburgh or town of Edinburgh says, we can hit with something, I promise you that any other agency comes in. And we do the same thing for each other. So I think it's the sharing and help out others because it will come back to us through involvement. And it already happens. When it is bad.
Yep.
Bad is something that we have. Not active shooter thing or something, or at the school to see, agencies from everywhere. That's what town should be.
Yes, we did it with, Amity, Franklin, or I can't remember who else we've done it with, but we've done a local agreement with them. I mean, the fact of the matter is most of those cars sold on those websites and they're just resold to profit someplace else, so I would rather see another agency serve and protect with them than I would let somebody else make money off of it personally.
We have, generally, this just depends on the vehicle who's buying it. Really, make that much money off of it. So,
That dog is an instrument.
So, do you have any questions?
You guys have any questions?
Basically, make a motion to have Dustin draft an interlocal agreement with Carthage, and then if you council chooses to donate whatever we wish to donate to them. And then I think that's what if that's the council's decision, and then Dustin can make the interlocal agreement with them.
So moved.
What number, what vehicles would you like to, 1, 2,
Leave that up to the council.
I think both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And to,
Both of them.
anything right now.
Yeah, they're building, they're built from ground up. So I'd say both.
Yeah. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, right here. All right. You do have it, right? All right. Is there something else you had, Chief? You said you had 2.
No, it's just giving the status update for the 77.
Okay.
Just
All right.
let everybody know.
Okay, thank you. John, anything? Might as well, you came in, thought you might have something. All right, that's a good answer. Julie, anything? Daniel?
Our trip to Savannah left this morning bright and early, so we had 46 individuals get on that bus. We seemed very excited to be heading to Savannah and not staying here. So that was great to see. Last I checked in with Kathy, they were 100 miles north of Atlanta, so they are making their trip there. Little League, our baseball, softball starts tonight's games, so we have football diamonds Monday through Thursday. Season with that guys, Miguel's playing, so we got that going on. We're starting to make some progress into getting our pool all situated for the season. We had our orientation for our staff this Sunday, so we got to go through a lot of things. I want to thank Chief Little for administering a lot of pre-employment drug screens on Sunday as well, so that was good, and he's always so great to do that for us, so I appreciate that. But you'll see more and more progress. Umbrellas went up over there today as well, so just getting things ready to go. Firecracker Festival, we've been doing a lot of work on that, got a lot of vendors lined up, entertainment, games, all that stuff is in line. We are moving everything back downtown this year. So we will come to you then too, because as a result of that, we will have road closure and then we've got a new policy with that, so next council meeting or so. So once we have all of our ducks in a row, we'll bring that to you to approve for those road closures. And then farmers market's just around the corner and we've got a lot of vendors starting to sign up for that as well. That's coming in June. I think that's all.
Thank you, Daniel. You guys, Mr. Pendleton, you representing the cemetery tonight?
Yes.
Do you have anything you'd like to bring up? Thank you. Bill Jones.
Had a 2-hour meeting today with Westlers over the rest of my SRF money for the projects with fire hydrants and to spend the rest of that money with 2 mixers for the water tower for the winter, so they can mix water all the time and keep breaking, not freeze. And replace 9 or 10 fire hydrants. So, we need to get our fire crossing our T's, crossing our I's, so they can get it out the bid, it'll probably be June. Before it goes to bid, and I asked for that deal to get it done by the end of October. So, once you'll know a little more, just that they're gonna do sections for each type, and to get everything, we gotta figure out where everything's at, and what's in the way, and what's gonna be in the contract. So, you be aware of that. Water tower, water plant's running great, still smells good in there, wanna come check it out?
Thank you, Bill. Bob, anything else? Sarah Beth?
Just a couple things. I was gonna say, I know our trip has at least made it 218 miles, because I've seen a lot of pictures of Buc-ee's. So I know they've made it that far. Last week, Franklin College, their business development class, and the Aspire Johnson County came and they did a tour of Edinburgh. It took them through the Dixie Theater, walked all over downtown, went into Sweet Trees, went into Noxious Popcorn. And the kids, none of them had ever been to Edinburgh before, and so they had a really great time learning about the community. And then we went back to the community center for a panel discussion with LK Machinery and Manar. And it was one of the best kind of school to career conversations that I've had. They were wonderful representations, and you think you know what some of our local companies do, but when they talked about a lot of their corporations that they work with, Edinburgh is really putting out a lot of product all over the world, and so it was really interesting to learn more and to learn more from those individuals. In my next board report, hopefully I'll have some good information and some strategy moving forward. I'll be meeting with Aspire Johnson County this week to talk about the US 31 commercial space that we have available, and so we're going to start working on a plan and help with them for some just more promotion and site search for that. So I'll have that in my next report.
Thank you, Sarah Beth. We'll open up a public comment. All right, please state your name and your address for the record.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for attending.